There is a fresh pot of gumbo stirring at training camp, and the flavor is pure competition. A recent draft pick is tired of waiting his turn and is actively threatening to bump an established starter right off the first-team defense. We all know how much pride Nola takes in having a gritty defense, and this young dog is bringing that exact energy to the field. Management says they are simply rotating guys, but the reps tell a completely different story entirely. Let us look at exactly who is climbing up the depth chart today. Saints fans, we've got some significant news out of training camp that's making waves. Second-year linebacker Danny Stutsman has been taking first-team reps ahead of veteran Pete Werner for the second consecutive practice. This isn't just a small adjustment, it's a potentially seismic shift. Stutsman, a fourth-round pick in 2025 during the Kellen Moore era, arrived with high expectations, seen as a possible successor to Demario Davis. His college career at Oklahoma was remarkable, with over 100 tackles in each of his final 3 seasons, including a career-high 125 in 2022, totaling 376 stops, 36 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, 3 interceptions, 4 forced fumbles, and 8 pass breakups. We hoped he'd be a draft steal, and now he's showing why. On the other hand, Pete Werner has been a consistent starter for our Saints since his rookie season, amassing 408 tackles, 256 of them solo. However, last season showed a dip in performance with a 46.8 tackling grade and a 15.8 missed tackle rate, according to Pro Football Focus. This move represents the clearest change in Wednesday's rotation, despite head coach Kellen Moore's comment Monday that it's no big deal and they'll rotate players. Saints fans know full well that for Stutsman and Werner, who both believe they belong in starting roles, this competition is everything. Here's what people are missing. This isn't merely about player rotation. It's a direct response to recent performance and a new defensive play caller in Brandon Staley potentially reshaping the unit. Is this truly the beginning of a new era for our linebackers, or is there more to Kellen Moore's comments than meets the eye? This move isn't just about a lineup change. It's Danny Stutsman's clear declaration that he intends to fulfill his draft steal label, dreaming of following in the footsteps of legendary Saints linebackers like Ricky Jackson, Sam Mills, and Jonathan Vilma. His passionate quote, "That's a dream. That's kinda why you wake up. That's motivation," reveals the deep personal drive behind his aggressive push for the starting role, reflecting a young player ready to seize his moment. This competitive shift under our defensive play caller Brandon Staley signals a deliberate pivot in unit philosophy, moving beyond established roles to embrace a system where current performance dictates playing time. The intensity is palpable, with Stutsman acknowledging the internal room respect but affirming, "Every day you're fighting out there and putting your best thing on tape." This isn't merely about finding the best player for a position. It's about establishing the culture of accountability and fierce competition that new leadership demands. This competitive fire, reminiscent of past eras where Saints defenders earned their stripes daily, suggests a renewed emphasis on performance over established tenure. While head coach Kellen Moore might publicly dismiss these rotations as no big deal for Brandon Staley, our defensive play caller, this signifies an immediate opportunity to shape the unit to his exact specifications. And that changes everything for how we, as Saints fans, perceive the true intent behind these seemingly routine camp adjustments. This isn't a casual rotation, it's a calculated test, with the front office and our owner, Gail Benson, undoubtedly observing closely to see who truly embodies the relentless spirit needed to elevate this team's defense. Alright, now that we've outlined the immediate facts of this linebacker rotation, let's truly delve into what this development signifies for our beloved Saints. This isn't merely a camp experiment. It signals a potential philosophical shift within our defensive unit, highlighting a readiness to prioritize current performance and scheme fit over past contributions. For the roster, it clearly communicates a strong commitment to youth and competition, potentially altering the pecking order at a vital defensive position. While Pete Werner brings years of valuable experience as a consistent starter, his veteran contract might come under increased scrutiny if he cannot reclaim his starting spot, potentially opening discussions for cap flexibility or future roster moves. Here's where it gets interesting: the immediate on-field impact. This means we could see a significantly more aggressive and disruptive style of play from our linebacker core. Stutsman's demonstrated college production, particularly in creating negative plays and turnovers, suggests his presence could provide a vital boost against both potent run games and diverse passing attacks across the league. His potential for splash plays, tackles for loss, sacks, or crucial interceptions could fundamentally change the complexion of close games. This shift directly impacts our standings against division rivals. A more dynamic and turnover-generating defense provides a crucial edge against the Falcons, Buccaneers, and Panthers. Elevating our overall defensive identity, especially in securing those critical stops, directly enhances our playoff chances and sends a clear message to the NFC that our defensive standards are being recalibrated. This isn't just about one position, it's about the very core of our team's defensive future. The clearest argument for this change is the undeniable potential Danny Stutsman brings to our defense, a player developed in the Kellen Moore era specifically to inject athleticism and playmaking ability. His impactful college career demonstrated a rare ability to consistently disrupt offensive schemes, creating critical stops and opportunities for takeaways. This highlights a knack for game-changing moments that our unit could desperately use. This move signals a willingness to aggressively pursue defensive dynamism, prioritizing a scheme fit with Brandon Staley's vision over established hierarchy. It demonstrates a commitment to nurturing young talent, creating a vibrant, competitive environment where only the best on the field earn their stripes. However, the counter-argument is that this situation creates significant risk by potentially unsettling a reliable veteran in Pete Werner, who has been a consistent starter since his rookie year, accumulating well over 400 career tackles. While his Pro Football Focus assessments last season indicated significant struggles in both tackling efficiency and missed tackle frequency, disrupting an experienced anchor in the middle of our defense without a clear, proven successor could introduce instability. NFL analysts around the league are closely watching, weighing whether this is merely an example of Coach Moore's rotational philosophy or a deliberate challenge to Werner's role, indicating Stutsman is truly seen as the immediate heir apparent to the veteran leadership of Demario Davis. And the more I look at this, the national media are torn between praising the Saints for embracing competition and questioning the stability it creates if an established player like Werner feels undervalued. What I really think here is that while Coach Moore is downplaying it, this isn't just routine camp rotation. It's a clear inflection point. So, when we put this clear signal of Danny Stutsman's ascent together with the overarching strategy of our new coaching staff, we reveal a crucial pivot point for the Saints franchise over the next few seasons. This isn't just about winning a starting job. It's a profound statement on the organizational commitment to fresh talent, dynamic playmaking, and a system tailored to Brandon Staley's defensive philosophies. It signals a readiness to move beyond past loyalties, valuing current performance and future potential above all else. This sets a vital precedent for player development and roster construction going forward, indicating a willingness to aggressively rebuild core positions with youth and athleticism. For us, as New Orleans Saints fans, this means an undeniable shift in how our defense will be constructed and how we should perceive our long-term trajectory. We should feel a renewed sense of optimism, recognizing that difficult decisions, like potentially sidelining a reliable veteran like Pete Werner, are part of building